Time when I go and I'm about to preach, I'm always in a kind of a fix what kind of message I should give. And quite a number of times I pray, and several times this is what happens. God asked me to preach something, and He assures it by giving a song which is very much relevant to that. Hallelujah. And the song that's been sung just before, I think that's the message what I wanted to give. Wow. And I just wanted to go ahead with that. Okay? And if you're a normal human being, if you're not insane, if you're not mad, definitely you will have fear for something or the other. Mm-hmm. If you say, I don't have fear for anything, probably you're not sane. Everybody has that concept of fear. Fear is both negative and both positive. Okay, it's in a positive way because it's fear that helps us to restrict us to get into problems. Fear is a kind of a caution for us. C.S. Lewis said, if you don't have fear, probably the whole world would become a hospital of leprosy patients. Because we would kill ourselves. We will become senseless. So fear is essential in that way. But it's also negative because when you have fear, you will completely lose your ability. When you have fear, what you can do, you won't do. That's the problem. So how to overcome this fear? That's the question number one. Number two, every one of us, we have some or the other issues to handle. They look like a giant. We don't know how to cross over. We don't know how to handle that. Now, how do we handle that? I just want to mix up these two, and I want to share my heart this evening. The concept I have taken is this. Very simply, I will say it like this. 2 million people came out of Egypt. They crossed Red Sea. 2 million people crossed Red Sea. Among those 2 million people, after 40 years, there were only 2 people left to cross Jordan. What's the difference between crossing the Red Sea and crossing the Jordan? That's my message today. What is the difference? That's the whole concept I want you to present. Now for that, I'll give you a kind of a story. Israelites were in Egypt for 430 years, and towards the end, the struggle was so intense, they cried to the Lord, and God sent Moses. And Moses, with the help of God, gave 10 kinds of plagues, and finally Pharaoh said, you get lost. And Moses took 2 million people and started. He did not even go out of Egypt. Probably, if I have to speak in today's language, the immigration check hasn't taken place. They are still in the boundary of Egypt. They came to a place called Pi-Hahiroth. It's a flat ground. On either side, there are 2 mountains. And they were just waiting there. It's a seacoast. Probably they're enjoying the cool breeze. Suddenly they hear the sounds of chariots. Pharaoh has started chasing them with 6,000 chariots. So what will you do? This side is the Red Sea, and from this side is Pharaoh coming. Any normal human being will not turn towards the Red Sea. He will be looking at this side to find out from which direction he is going to attack. That's the situation. Moses, with few leaders, turned that side, looked to the Lord and said, Lord, what shall we do? God said, can you just lift up your staff and I'm going to do a wonder. And he lifted up the staff, the Red Sea parted. Thank God there were no smartphones at that time and no social media. If there was a smartphone and a social media, they would have immediately recorded how the Red Sea is parting and it would have become a viral. So 99% of the people did not even see how the Red Sea parted. The only thing they had to do is cross the Red Sea. That's the end of it. God did it for them completely. That's it. So after that, for 40 years they traveled, but they troubled God every time. In spite of seeing the parting of Red Sea and water coming out of rocks, manna coming every day, light and cloud day and night, for all these protections, They did not mind, they did not acknowledge God, but they started murmuring and questioning God. That's why God became so angry. He killed all of them. All of them. And only 2 people were left, Joshua and Caleb. I'm not saying that only 2 people crossed Jordan. Several thousands of people crossed Jordan. But those are the people who are born after the Red Sea. They are not born in Egypt. They don't have Egypt passport.
Yeah.
Got it? See, and particularly in American passport, I have this strange origin of your birth. Nowhere, in no other country I have seen that. Where you are born. And one of the options is in the air. Yeah, it's there. If you're traveling, if you're born in the flight, what do? In the air. So probably if they have a passport, they have to say in the wilderness. That's it. So they're born in the wilderness. And those are the people who crossed Jordan. Now these are the 2 water bodies they crossed. Crossing Red Sea, it is God completely doing for them. But crossing Jordan is not like that. It's completely different. They had to work with God. Crossing Red Sea is God working for them. But Jordan is God